let's see. I guess the last thing that I wanted to show you all were the chapter groups.
Taylor, could I ask a question? Is there anything special about photo pages, or are they just another page, a content page, and you just add photos or links or whatever?
The photo pages are just like any other content area. You can drop in static photos, a series of static photos. However, my advice would be to have, a Flickr page or a Picasa page, set up a rotating slideshow there, and then cut and paste the code right into the HTML area, and then click Save.
Yep. Okay.
Because this site does have an image rotator, but it's really bad, and I didn't even give any of the chapter webmasters access to it because I just find it to be incredibly confusing and not very user-friendly. So if anybody has any questions about how to do that, as far as creating a Flickr slideshow and cutting and pasting it into their site, let me know. Otherwise, if you know how to do that, that would be my advice.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Let me jump in. RSS means really simple syndication. Essentially, it's a way of publishing stuff, whether it be Twitter or news or whatever. It's automatically sent to your RSS reader.
Right. I mean, an example of, like, for instance, I use the RSS feeds to feed our Facebook page, the Alumni Association page. So if I post a news item to our news feed here on our site, it gets pushed out to Facebook using a Facebook RSS app. So there's all sorts of different uses for it, but the fact that it's possible through the site is a pretty cool feature if that's something that you guys are into. So that's kind of the main stuff that you're going to run up against in creating your pages and in creating your site. I think I've pretty much covered. Does anybody have any other questions regarding content or adding a news item or an event? Oh, you're welcome, Brian. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm going to be sending out a follow-up email once I'm done, letting everybody know how to log in and providing you all with the links to your pages so that you can actually access them.
And those of us who still don't have logins will get those as well?
Yep, I'll help you figure that out. Yep.
All right, thank you.
Okay, great. Thanks, Brian.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
Sarah, this is John.
Sure.
If I wanted to add like a contact form or contact page, would I just embed a form or embed like a Google something or another, or is there any utilities enough to do forms within iModule?
There is an ability to do forms. However, it's not something that I've given chapter webmasters the access to. So if there is a form that you want added to your site, so like a contact us form, just let me know and I can work with you on building that out, a basic form. An example of this would,
I'll just do it through email, which is simpler, but I've used forms before and they're pretty handy.
like for instance, what we did for the chapter or for the association site is we just created a contact webmaster form, and it's real simple. And this is something that I can work with you on creating for your page. It would take me, if you knew what fields you wanted and what you wanted asked, you could even just email it to me and I could create it for you real quickly and get it up on your site for you.
Okay, great.
Yep. Any other questions? Okay. The last thing that I wanted to touch on was groups, which is the only password protected area on any of your pages. And groups at this point are restricted to people who are currently members of the chapter and or parent association. And what they are basically, essentially, is an area for interactive online communication between chapter members. And I actually am not sure if I can access this group because I don't think I've made myself I'm not an owner of this group, actually. However, Texas Lone Star Chapter, this is what all group pages look like. essentially is an area, this actually might be where you would want to post like sporting event stuff would be right here, because unfortunately I can't show you the usability because I'm not a member. Give me a minute here and I'm going to log out and I'm going to log back in as a member of a different group so I can show you what you can do as a group owner and a group member. So give me 1 second. All right. So I'm going to just go to this is our internal staff group. And I'm an owner of the group. And as you can see, I have a whole other variety of options here on the right-hand side. You can upload a picture to represent your group. You can give, the name. Right now, the names, I believe, are set. So it's just, Texas Lone Star Chapter or whatnot. You have the ability to post items of any sort. So in this sense, if you just wanted to say, hey, disregard all this. This is only visible because I'm a super admin and I pretty much see everything on the site at all times. But if you wanted to say, Bears won NUMAC championship in double overtime, whatever you want to do, any kind of brief little bit of information that you want to get out, you would just go ahead and post it. People can comment on it. And it shows up in it's kind of like a Facebook group. It then shows up in the feed that I added a post titled Bears won the NUMAC championship. And then someone could then comment on it. You can post photos here. I don't believe you have the class notes option, but that's fine because you guys aren't classes anyway, so. You can actually see where other members live on a Google map, which is kind of cool. Obviously, it doesn't give detailed address information, but it will, kind of give you a general vicinity. As long as somebody, in the database has their zip code information in their record, it'll give you a general location of where people are. So in a state like Texas, a really big state, for example, it might be helpful to say, oh, okay, which persons in the chapter actually kind of live near me? Maybe I'll reach out to them. So you could click on... Huh?
We did that. I did the map marker thing. That.
Great. So see, in this case...
We have 67 cadets right now.
Oh, great. Well, this is great because this is a feature that's just built right into the group. So as long as the chapters, as long as the members of the chapter have their location information, it'll just pin drop them right here on this map, and it will tell you who the person is, and you can send them an email or send them a note right through the website. You can also add events to the group page. It's a lot less, it's very basic. So it would just be, swab picnic and start date. Let's see. And I believe people can RSVP for the event as well. So if you have an event that you want to get a number count for, you can set it up on the group page, and then people can RSVP right through the group.
But again, the entry here, people have to have an account through the Alumni Association and all of that, and register that way, and that gives them access to a specific chapter, or...
Yes.
I'm sure I understand how you get people subscribed to people.
The people that subscribe to the groups, I created the chapter groups myself, and anybody who in our database has designated themselves a member of a certain chapter will have access to these group pages.
Okay.
they'll still have to log in. But what happens is when someone joins the